This is to the man in the car at Cash Savers parking lot who drove off and had better things to do than to hear how his work and his righteousness is never going to get him into heaven. Isaiah 64:6 declares, "But we are all of an unclean thing, and all our righteousnesses are as filthy rags." So just because you don't like cussing, or because you don't fornicate, you don't have any tattoos, and your speech is fine, or whatever, you take care of your children, whatever good works that you claimed that you did, all of your righteousnesses and all the good things that you do is still as filthy rags. If you would have stayed, I would have showed you in scripture in Romans chapter 3 how verse 10 says, "As it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one." So as good, the best thing that you think you can do to God, it is still filthy rags. There's none righteous. You're not above anyone else. Stop comparing yourself to drug addicts. Just because you take care of your children does not make you more righteous than somebody who does not. We are all sinners. In verse 23, it says, "For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God." If you wouldn't have had anything better to do than figure out the truth about this, even though you profess you're a Christian and your speech doesn't line up with Scripture, I would have continued to show you this final point here in Romans chapter 10, verse 4. "For Christ is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believeth." It's not through our works, the working of the law, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet, thou shalt not commit adultery. It's not by doing the thou shalt nots anymore. Christ is the end of the law. In 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 21, it tells us that our righteousness is of Jesus Christ. So there's nothing that we can do. It says, "For he hath made him to be sin for us who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in him." Through the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, we are made righteous. We are given his righteousness. It is imputed unto us. So to the man that wouldn't finish listening of the reasoning through Scripture, I hope that you would just hear that you're not righteous. Nobody is. We need Jesus Christ, and you can call and believe on him now.